PR Connections Radio presents.
Say our first guest is. Okay. Yeah, and then you come in.
Hey guys, welcome to the PRCconnectionsradio.com live streaming video broadcast of the Businesses with Heart Expo here at the Space 2023. I don't know if that's flashing across the bottom here for all the years that they've thrown this, but today has been a great show already. I just got done speaking with Susie from Texas and Room Redux, Nevada. We appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the 10th annual event, and tonight we're interviewing attendees about why they're here and the collaborations they're making, some great introductions and everything. So if I could introduce Carol, come and sit down and talk to us about how much you've put into this event here.
Well, Jeff, you wouldn't believe the number of hours we put into it, but it was all with love.
Yeah.
We're just passionate about having these expos, Businesses with Heart.
Yeah.
What we do is we bring small businesses together with nonprofits for the benefit of our community,
Right.
so that we're all contributing to our community. And they're just an amazing event. And this is my 5th one. I
Yeah.
joined during COVID. I got a call from the executive director, and he said, I would like you to serve on my board. And I'm thinking, well, it is COVID and I'm not doing a lot, so I might as well do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just very big on volunteering and organizing. That's why I'm the organizer of this event. And I've done that ever since I joined the chamber. It's just a wonderful event. It's for a good cause, and Room Redux this year is one of our favorites, and we're just really happy that we can be a part of the organization.
No, it was great to get the call from you guys and wanting Room Redux to be a part of the event and everything. So tell me, what was the catalyst for this event? For starting this event? Let me load this question up on purpose. It seems to me that there's an awful lot of things missing, and that from our communities, whether it's assistance for the homeless, assistance for the kids, assistance for new business owners, assistance for all kinds of promotional things. Everything needs, grassroots is really where it's at, isn't it?
Yes,
I'm not going to say the government doesn't do anything. That's not true. But there's so many things that fall through the cracks, right? And that's where these nonprofits are born, from those types of reasons of need, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. And as I said before, I've always volunteered ever since I was old enough to be able to volunteer. And this opportunity to work with the chamber.
Yeah.
We feature a different nonprofit every mixer we have, every expo we have, and I've gotten to know about all kinds of nonprofits in Las Vegas that I'd never heard of before.
Yep.
And one of our purposes is to give exposure to that nonprofit so that other people in the community know about it. So we do everything we can to try to help that nonprofit. We get involved. We have give backs for the community. One that's coming up right now, I know you're familiar with it, is called Shift, Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And what they do is they build beds for children in our community that have to sleep on the floor. And no child should sleep on the floor in Las Vegas. That's their motto.
And that's Chris McDowell.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Chris McDowell with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And guys, I met Chris probably about 6-7 months ago, and wonderful character. And first day we met, he told me that there are an estimated 10,000 children that do not have a bed to sleep in Clark County, which, here in Southern Nevada. And that seems absurd to me. There's so much money locally and in the state and in the country. And I suppose it's the sign of the times. I will say this, we're sending billions of dollars all over the world. And I don't know, if that's not an investment, then that's a problem. So we need to be investing in our own communities with our own people and getting our kids in beds.
There should be no child sleeping on the floor. I physically went and volunteered in June when they had the last spills.
Up at Girard.
And it was so much fun. We
Yeah.
were supposed to be there for 4 hours, and we worked so hard that we were out of there in like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, so we need the community to come out and support them again on September 23rd when they have their next build. They're looking for 50 more volunteers.
A couple of things, guys, about Sleep in Heavenly Peace. One is it's such a large need for square footage when the projects are being done. They get together once a month and they deliver the beds a couple of days during the week in between time. So if once a month they're able to build anywhere from about 55 to 60 beds, if they're really cranking, that's hardly making a dent in 10,000. And another bit of a disadvantage is during the hot months, because they're building outside. So June, July, August, they can't build. It's just too hot to get a bunch of volunteers out there, even if you're out there at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we are putting the word out during those hot months. If we could be introduced to local development companies, landlords, commercial landlords, flex space, probably looking at about 2,200 square feet. So not much, just some vacant space to be donated for about 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours, 3 times a summer, once a month in June and July and August. So, again, if any folks in the real estate industry are have any contacts, they could definitely use that assistance, so they don't have a break during the hot months and they can continue to build and deliver. So.
And one last thing on SHIP, if you can't go out and help with the build, you can do a bedding drive. They need all types of bedding for twin beds. I think I ordered about $300 worth last time and just took them over there, and the kids are so thankful, and they post pictures on the website, and the kids are just so excited to have a real bed to sleep in. Yeah. And I also think that organization kind of goes hand in hand with your organization because it's a different situation that they didn't have the beds, but you're remaking the bedrooms for the children that are abused, and it's kind of along the same line, and you're looking for bedding too. So
yeah, we align. We definitely align.
Yeah.
Between anything from mattresses to bedding, that's the connection.
Yeah, so your Amazon wish list is out there, and you can buy things for room redux. And I was having a little trouble though having them delivered to anywhere but me. So I gotta look into that. But definitely you're gonna see some donations coming in from me.
No, we really appreciate it, and don't feel bad. Not to digress here. I went to buy my dad a new set of hearing aids, and typed right in Amazon, deliver to that address, and they still deliver to our address. So don't feel bad.
Oh.
Don't take it personal.
I'm hoping that you're getting a lot of exposure from this expo.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to have a long continuing relationship between the chamber and Room Redux.
100%.
So we're excited to work with you.
Absolutely. Folks, whoever's watching here, whether it's live or recorded later, the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce here in Southern Nevada does some tremendous work putting small businesses together with nonprofits to partner up for the cause. But guys, to partner up to grow that small business, grow that nonprofit organization together. So I've had some great experience with it on the commercial business side and now on the nonprofit side with Room Redux. So if you're not aware of Cause Marketing Chamber, Guy Dawson and Carol and Dana behind the scenes here, dive in. They'd love to bring you on board and have you a part. So, all right. Well, we better get you on back out there to man your booth. Are you the raffle master?
No, I'm
You're
not.
the raffle master.
Carolyn's the raffle master. She's doing a great job. I have the chamber booth. So if you want to become a member, I have applications. Come on over.
And how does everyone find you online?
It's in www.causemarketingchamber.com.
And can someone grab the application from there?
Yes.
That's online.
Yes.
Okay, guys, hit the website and dive into the organization, and I will let you go back to your booth. And who else do we have coming in and talk about some business?
Coming up next is Diano Slane with Diano Cosmetics. Thank you, Carol.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Carol.
you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All
Bye.
righty. And this is Diane. Diane or Diana?
It's Deanno.
Deanno.
Yes.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jeff. Ricardo, come on in, guys. Do we have 3 chairs we can scoot in here?
I do have another chair.
We got all kinds of room here. Get in the screen and scoot Ricardo.
Oh.
Can you sit? Yeah, scoot my way a little bit. We'll get Ricardo in there. And...
Wasn't quite prepared for 3.
So now tell me a little bit about, before we get into the connection of the Cause Marketing Chamber and the Expo and that collaboration with nonprofit. Tell us about your business.
Well, I have a nonprofit as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's really for people that's underprivileged, people
Okay.
that's in the arts that would like to be involved with fashion industry, the entertainment industry,
Right.
creating, and all that kind of thing. So that's the industry I came from.
So what's the name of the nonprofit? Let's definitely, because, yes, we're streaming live, but this will be recorded for all kinds of people to see later. And we'll even pull some short reels out and you can use it for your social media.
Thank you. It's Creative Studio Services.
Creative Studio Services.
Yes.
All right.
And it's online.
Okay.
And it show all my body of work and the people that I've helped, with their brand.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is, because there are people out there that don't have the funds
Right.
they have the creativity, they have all that going for them, but they don't have the finances to make it work. So like they would
Yeah.
need to know their way around the set, as they say, or they need to know, what's the best way to market their product,
Mm-hmm.
and actually to create their brand. And that's what I do.
Right on.
I come in, I create the brand for them as the logo,
Yeah.
the tagline. I set up the shoot. I worked as a creative director as well.
Okay.
So when you go online, you see all my body of work.
And what's the best place to find you online? And this is for the nonprofit, right?
It'll all come together because
Okay.
all you have to do is you go to Diano.com.
To Diano.com.
Diano.com, and the whole thing will come up.
So that's DIANO.com.
No, it's DIANNE.
NNEO.com. All right, well, we'll get it straight because I'll misspell everything online.
Yeah,
So-
well, I do too. I do too. So on there, you see where the cosmetics come in,
Right.
because I have my own brand, and I started out doing makeup in here for fashion magazines like Vogue, Glamour, LW, all the major fashion magazine. I did film, commercials, music videos, all of it. And actually, I even did Lincoln Center honors twice. And
Very cool.
I'm key makeup.
Very cool. I got it.
I don't insist. I'm a key.
So now let me ask you this: what had you decide to go into business for yourself? Because an organization, or rather an event like this, is surrounded with entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care if you're selling widgets or a service.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has some certain commonality in a lot of those growing business
Mm-hmm.
questions, operational questions, things like this. But it all started with the decision to start your business. What was the thing that made you go into business for yourself?
Well, I like to create, and I like to probably do it on my own terms.
Right.
Um,
Psychologically unemployable?
Not really.
but
kind of.
I'll raise my hand.
No,
right?
but I can. I'm a team player. I can do that.
Right.
But I think really how it started is it started behind the cosmetics,
Yeah.
and I actually couldn't find colors for me that I like. As an artist, I was an art major, and my minor was design. So I look at people as a canvas, you
Yeah.
might say. And at one time I owned a salon. So I brought in cosmetics. I wanted to, but I couldn't find what I wanted to create with. So I did Diano Cosmetics.
with your
So,
own.
yeah, and it's all
creations
vegan and made in America.
So you okay? Now you touch on just the little bit that I may know about the human body, and is that this your skin is the largest organ on your body.
Right.
So you're talking about vegan makeup application. Explain that a little bit. I've never heard of that. I mean, I understand it when you
Vegan?
say it, but I've never heard of that.
Well,
As far as a makeup being vegan.
well, yeah,
you know,
it doesn't have a lot of. It doesn't have the stuff in it that could be harmful.
like the parables or whatever.
Yeah,
they're
and all
called.
that,
Yeah.
or using animals to figure it out,
Animal testing and all that stuff. Yeah.
all that kind of thing, and it's just to me, it's a better quality of a product. It's like eating. I love to eat vegan.
Right.
Well, I don't eat all vegan because I do eat meat, but
Cheat
I-
a little bit.
but I like I
That's
like
right.
things that's organic, and so it's a difference. It's a real difference. You could feel it. So when you're using a product on your skin, it's still absorbing. It's still doing things.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It either can do harm or it can do good.
True.
you know?
True.
Yes.
And I don't mean to single you out over there. Let me get you in the
know,
conversation
no,
here
he
too.
won't. He won't. No.
He won't. Come on, get him on. He could be on Hollywood podcast right now. How did Ricardo get into the makeup business?
Ricardo was from Italy, from Rome,
All right.
and we met in Beverly Hills, and he was with all the rest of the Italians, and I had a little studio. Someone said, "Why don't you open a little studio there?" I was still working in the entertainment industry, so it wasn't a big deal because it was a smaller space. But anyway, I met Ricardo there, and he's an incredible designer. Matter of fact, he really helped me a lot setting up, the product, and he had a great eye for
Very
things.
cool.
Yeah, and so we actually ended up opening our 700 square foot store.
Local? Or
Right
in
here.
Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Down
We
there.
first from Beverly Hills, then we moved to San Diego area,
Right on.
and we opened it up there, and we decided to leave and come back to LA. Now we're in Vegas.
Vegas is growing. Vegas is going wild. Vegas is going wild. Well, I think we've got is PJ here yet?
PJ is
Is
here, and
PJ
she
is here?
is waiting out in the field.
Hey,
so-
you're waiting. I think
yeah.
we've got PJ. We've got a roving reporter out in
All
the rest of the
right.
expo space. Yeah, let's cut out to her. But thank you very
Awesome.
much for
So
coming.
nice meeting
Thank
you.
you for your time.
Absolutely, and I hope you definitely have made some great introductions here today, and we'll continue to spread the word for everyone's
Absolutely.
business.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
got it.
Thank
got
you.
it.
Oh, put a slide. Hi there, everyone. This is PJ Belanger here. I am at the Cause Business Networking event here for nonprofits called the Businesses with Heart. And we've got Carolyn here. She's got our raffles with all sorts of wonderful raffle prizes. I want to show you if I can. Please, we have a whole table full of prizes. You can come on down till 8 o'clock tonight and come meet these wonderful business people that have businesses with heart. This is all the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce. It's an expo of nonprofit businesses, everything you can think of, from business automation services to cosmetic services to of course, all of this is going to help the Redux program that Jeff was talking about earlier. So make sure that you all come down here. We're at the space down off of, it's on Cavaretta, and it's a wonderful event center. And we've got all kinds of booths here for you to come take a look at. Nonprofit companies, jewelry, Las Vegas Lions Host Club. We have some goodies over here. Say hi. Say hello. You're live. Say hi, everyone. Are we having a good time? Tell everybody to come on down. Come on down. And we have some more businesses down here. It's businesses with heart. And we're looking forward. We're looking forward to having you join us. I again am PJ Belanger. I'm with the Integrated Providers Association, and somebody else wants to say hi. Jump on.
Here I am.
Say
Hi.
hello.
I'm Susie with Room Redux and love it here. Y'all are amazing out here. Nice to meet you, PJ.
Yes, I'm glad to meet you. It's wonderful, wonderful program that they're putting together for the
Thank
kids.
you. Thank you.
Redux is amazing.
Room Redux.
Room Redux, transforming rooms of children who've been abused,
Yes.
and it gives them a whole new environment so that it helps them heal. Very important work that they do.
Woohoo!
Very important.
Good to see
So good to see you. And again, this is at the Space. You can look it up. Google will tell you how to get here. And we're looking forward to having you here as well. Oh, here's Heaven Can Wait is here. We have all sorts of fun businesses, all kinds of nonprofits here at the Cause Businesses with Heart. Cause Businesses with Heart. So we look forward to seeing you here soon. There's not only the raffle, but they also do have a silent auction that has some pretty incredible prizes there as well that I can show you. Let's take a look over here at our items that are for the silent auction.
We have fabulous silent auction items.
Yes.
Please come down and bid on them. We need some people to help us. All these donations, we need you down here. And the proceeds go to Room Redux.
Room Redux, yes. Helping children heal. That's very important. So if you believe in causes with heart, that's what this is all about. Businesses with heart and nonprofit causes. And this event is going to the Room Redux program. So we look forward to seeing you here. Again, we're at the Space. The Cause Business Chamber of Commerce is nonprofits, and the event is called Businesses with Heart. And I again am PJ Belanger.
So, thank you, PJ. We're getting ready to bring in our next guest.
Okay.
Welcome to.
Here she comes.
Thank you, PJ.
Here comes Lachey.
Shay Johnson. Come on in.
Oh, hey. Welcome. Yeah, come on, sit down. We'll talk about everything you've got going and Raider concession stands and Room Redux and training a bunch of people in the culinary.
We don't want to tell everybody. We don't want to tell everybody.
When it-
Right? We want to make sure we got
I
our
just-
concession stand.
First,
You know what I'm saying?
right. I got you. Well,
It's okay to be selfish for a minute.
I get it. Well, so we're streaming live right now.
Oh my
And-
God!
and we're-
Hey.
Yep. Yeah, I got Lachey on right here. So tell us a little bit about. I want to talk about your business, yes, but
Okay.
first question: why did you grab a hold of a booth here at this expo today?
Well, first of all, I grabbed a booth. I'm so sorry I had to put a mint in my mouth, so I apologize to you. First of all, I believe in the chamber itself. I've known Dawson for quite some time, and I believe in his help to the community, his morals, his work ethics is great. But when I heard about Room Redux, it was a win-win for me because I just believed in nonprofits collaborating with each other, saying you have to have a heart, first of all, to even have a nonprofit. It has to be something that you believe in and something that you care about. And then when I seen Dawson was doing this, and then when I met you, it was just like a win-win. I mean, I couldn't even think about it. I was like, give me an application. I'm getting ready to sign up because it just connects. All the dots were there. I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah. And now I want to talk about a couple of different things here. Not only your business, what you have going right now, but kind of how you got there, and what was the
Wow.
passion before? What was the passion behind starting it?
Wow.
And some of the questions we can get into some entrepreneurial stuff like that. But I always like to start with what was the passion that started it? What was the catalyst that started what you're doing right now?
Helping others. At the end of the day, being the director in the casino, I won't name no casinos, but right
And-
here in Las Vegas,
And food and beverage.
food and
Food
beverage,
and beverage. Okay.
F&B as they call it, but I was also in catering and events, doing concerts.
Okay.
So when you're doing the VIP parties, celebrities, events. There was just something missing. And it's like, I wanted more. So if I wanted more, I was expecting more. So you can't expect something from somebody that don't know. So I said, I have to train them. I don't want to see a banquet with the napkins folded the same way all week. Can you just change them?
Yeah.
If you got them at the top of the chafing dish, put them at the bottom of the chafing dish to have some variety. And I was like, didn't you just see this yesterday? I felt like I haven't gone home. So I want to retrain you. That's what makes it different, especially if you're doing the same client every week. They're coming for lunch. They're eating the same, chicken marsala, because everybody pretty much want a chicken dish. A chicken
Instead of fish.
Starch and vegetables.
Instead of the chicken guppy or whatever it is.
You can change the napkins to make them feel as though they have another experience, a different environment. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I just teach this? Because I cannot do it without reprimanding somebody at work. So I had to have another way of saying, I want to train you. I want to elevate your skill set. How about we do this on Saturday? Or I can just come in and show you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you'll have different types of organizations will come in and they'll sit down at the table and they'll say, is that my glass? Or is this my fork?
All the time.
Right.
Every wedding you go to, every corporate event you go to with a tray table that's circular.
Right. And they come around and they say, my table didn't have enough glasses. Yes, your table did have enough glasses. Somebody already sat down. Yeah. They took your glass, they got up and went and got a cocktail and came back and then grabbed another glass. Just craziness. But it happens. It happens. So I thought I wanted to give back and I just wanted to teach our community. So what I did when I first started, I put like a quorum together, a forum, if you will. So I went out to, it was the Urban Chamber. I went to the Urban Chamber and I brought in quite a few political people and non-political people, but business owners. And I said, if I opened up a hospitality training, what would you want me to teach the people? And it was customer service, problem solving, diversity. Every time we come in here, you just lay our event out. Can you teach that? And I thought, wow, okay, well, I already had 5 classes I wanted to do, but now listening to the community, they brought another 5 classes in. That would be great. So it became 10 weeks.
10-week course.
10 weeks, because you really can't change anybody in a week or two. So then I said I wanted to teach women that were at home, maybe, military spouse, and now you want to get back to work, maybe domestic violence, maybe you were incarcerated 15, 20 years. So when you come out, things have certainly changed. Even when I went to the Raiders Stadium yesterday and found out no cash. I was like,
oh, that was your first visit yesterday to Allegiant?
At the concession stand. I was working
cashless, whatever it's called.
At the concession stand, and I was like, oh my goodness. Cash, no cash. But then you can go to the booth and put cash in and get like a PayPal card. So you can use your PayPal card. It's amazing.
Oh, they have those little machines. Yes, it's like Dave & Buster's.
Yes. They have the machine where you can, put $50 in and you can get a PayPal card.
If it works. No,
it works. Well, that stops you from, cash coming up when you register coming up short. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have to worry about that.
That's true.
Cashless. Let's be honest.
It removes the accounting.
There you go.
The need for accounting.
There you go.
So, I want to dive into one thing. It's when you and I met, that was one of the first things you mentioned was working with folks coming out of the
system,
the jails, the system.
You've done your time. I want to help you get a skill set. Steve Wynn was like the first casino that was hiring men and women that have been incarcerated, giving them a job, whether it's housekeeping, prep, cook, banquets, valet parking, and you're making from $60,000 to $70,000 to $80,000. Parking cars.
Yeah.
Or even banquets. You can have 3 or 4 parties in one day. And you're looking at the gratuity. You didn't make $300-400 in a day times maybe 7 events. What if you had 30 events in a month? Some good money.
Yeah, good opportunity.
Good money. You can feed your family.
Good opportunity.
Absolutely.
That if someone is not exposed to, or if someone does not have that
The
avenue.
skill set, just the skill set. And so I teach you how to read a banquet order. So we call them BEOs,
Right.
but that is considered a banquet order. So when
Okay.
you're coming to my class, and I said, when you go on an interview, sit up.
Yeah.
Because whatever question they ask you, you're going to know the answer because you've already seen what a banquet order is.
Mhm.
And when they say, tell me something about yourself, you're going to tell them everything about catering because really that's what they want to hear. Can
Yeah.
you do this job?
Mhm.
It's the bottom line. We already know you've been incarcerated. We don't care about that because you already told us about that. Tell us how your qualifications is going to help us. So why should we hire you? Because I know how to read a banquet order. I know how to set up a table.
Right.
I know how to roll in and do a 10, do a 20, do a square, do a theater. I know. That's all they want to know. Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Because we have events happening today and we need you to come in here and work.
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas.
Widget.
Flipping tables daily.
I've felt this way. If you're selling widgets and you
Yes.
are the widget trade organization of America, you're probably going to stand a better chance to get your widget salesman from around their nation to Las Vegas than Minneapolis, St. Paul. No offense to Minneapolis, St. Paul. I can't even say it. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
But-
I keep forgetting this is streaming. This is so cool. Look at technology.
Yeah.
This is
So you can't make
thank
any
you so
mistakes.
much.
God
But you know,
forbid we make a mistake on live stream.
I'm
we're in
real.
trouble.
I'm just real. So you can hook up with me. I'm real. I'm gonna tell you like it is.
It is actually good. That's what I'm waiting.
So
Alrighty. So,
this
Let's-
is so awesome. I thank you so much.
no, it's a great. The event itself is great. It's a really good turnout. I don't know if PJ is roving around the rest of the space here, and I'm sure it's got to have. Is it packed by now? I need to make it back out there and see. But
After
anyway,
the next couple of guests, we'll have PJ roam around for us and see.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like they say the quantity. It's the quality
Yeah.
of people that's in the room.
Oh,
Because
so
if
cool.
nobody else showed up, you have made a connection with me, and now you have made. There's an opportunity for you and at least 10 or 12 of your team, your member, what do you call it? Your organization, your volunteers.
Volunteers,
To
organizations,
come out
team,
and
all
you
of the
get
above. Yeah.
10% of a revenue. You're talking about over 65,000 people in the Legion Stadium. And I went in yesterday and I said, can I just get a little small concession stand?
Guys, on screen here, what Lachey is talking about is the opportunity for a nonprofit organization here in Las Vegas. Allegiant Stadium, as you know, is the new Raider Stadium.
Home of the Raiders.
Home of the Raiders. Oh yeah, and Nation Forever.
Yes.
And a nonprofit can go in and manage one of the concessions, and 10% of the
10%.
proceeds. So that could be beer, peanuts, popcorn, sodas, whatever the concessions may be. And
Great
so-
opportunity. So you can have anywhere from where I was yesterday was 8 cash registers. So you have 8 volunteers,
Yeah.
and then you would have, I would say, a runner. Because what if you run out of this? You need a runner in the back,
like a bar back.
but like somewhere it's similar, exactly like a bar back. But then you still have your kitchen staff. So all you have to do is say, "Hey, we're running out of hot dogs. We're running out of pizza." You're not back there doing any of that.
Yeah.
You're in the front. You're just ringing it up, and you get a meal. What
So-
more is that?
So
You get a
guys, local,
meal.
any other local nonprofits that
Nonprofits.
want to take advantage of this, please reach out to us. Anyone at the Cause Marketing Chamber, myself, Jeff, Keach, Lachey, and
Yes.
everything. So
And Guy knows how to connect with me, and let's make it happen. I would love to see all of us one night, like at the Patriots game and the Raiders, and we all work in different concession stands. That's a challenge right there. Come to my booth, and you can get a black shirt, long sleeve, and you can have your nonprofit logo. So when the customer come to your booth, they know you are a nonprofit,
yeah.
and they are able to leave tips, and you get the tips as well. It's a win-win. So
It is.
I'm honored to be a part of the Legion Stadium all day.
It is a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Awesome.
All right.
And you're
All
a
right.
win-win.
So are you? Oh, no, I appreciate you.
It's a win-win.
All
And
right,
I
no.
appreciate this guy right here.
I know. I do.
Thank
It's
you.
great to meet
Awesome
you.
sauce. All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
All
You
righty. We'll
bet.
see you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much. Our
Bye-bye.
next guest, Jeff, is Valerie Aragon from the Yes of Course booth.
Well, what does Valerie do? Yes, of course. Yes, of course, Valerie. What do you got going?
How are you today?
All right. Good to meet you. Jeff Keach.
I'm Valerie. How are you?
How are you? So tell me a little bit about your organization.
So yes, of course, offers everything related to your cell phone, tablets, or anything wireless industry. So
Okay.
between cases, chargers, batteries, services, wireless services, temporary services, save money on your bill, or repairs. So screens,
Okay.
charger ports, batteries, all the good stuff.
So what is temporary service? I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
People are traveling all the time, so if families coming from international, they're here maybe for a week, 2 weeks, a month, we could put service, or we could replace your existing service permanently too. So we help people save money on their monthly service.
And what is the carrier? Is that the right way to ask that? What's
Carriers?
the carrier? Yeah.
So we do about 13 different carriers. They're prepaid services. So Simple Mobile, Ultra Mobile, Leica Mobile, Red Pocket, Gen Mobile. There's so many. So
They're all prepaid, you're saying?
we are right. So
Okay.
of course we don't spend, millions of dollars on advertisement. So,
Right.
you see Cricket and Metro and Boost Mobile all over the advertisements. You really learn about my services when you come into a small shop like mine.
Yeah. And so you're located, you have brick and mortar location right here in Las
Yep,
Vegas.
we're right on Charleston and Decatur. We've been there about
Okay.
almost 12 years.
Which corner?
4660 northeast corner.
I was going to say, you know,
Yeah.
Charleston, Decatur, that's a busy
Northeast
corner.
corner of
Okay.
Charleston and Decatur. We've been
right.
there almost 12 years.
Very cool. And now what brings you into the nonprofit space?
I love to support local businesses, nonprofit businesses. Guy does an awesome program with all his programs. So I like to just
Yeah.
be a part of that and show my support for these companies.
It's been great.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the collaboration we've just seen today.
Oh, I love hearing about, especially the room redux. That's an awesome program. Like I never heard of that, and like
It is unique.
it's so,
we hadn't
like,
either. That's one of the
inspiring.
reasons we jumped onto it. We recognized it was a rather simple animal, going into the bedrooms and transforming a bedroom. That's not a lot of square footage.
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
get
that's
in and
such
out
an
pretty quick.
awesome thing.
More times than not, there's multiple bedrooms in the same house, which kind of, going another direction in the conversation, kind of describes maybe the level of abuse that goes on. So, and I don't want to digress.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
keep
but I
talking
mean,
about your
I love
business
to
and your-
support companies. So, we're a small business ourselves. So we love helping people, the community, and try to be involved.
We're looking at. Look at
Yeah, right.
it.
So yeah, I mean, yes, of course, is dedicated to helping customers. So a lot of times customers will come in with a simple, their screen is too dark. They didn't realize they could just turn the brightness up.
That
So-
sounds like me. You just called out right there. Not techie. Not techie at all. So.
And too, we really do focus a lot on our senior community. So a lot of
Okay.
people, shy them off, and it's sad, because you got an elderly person. Let's say that, flip phones. Don't get me wrong, flip phones are still popular, and we still sell them brand new.
Mhm.
But they may have a flip phone paying $50 a month for Verizon and didn't know anything else existed.
Yeah.
So they could keep the same phone number, same network, and probably pay a fraction of that.
So were you in a phone business or telecommunications before you opened up your very own business? What made you decide to open up
I
your
worked
own?
for a previous owner, and we specialized only in accessories for Nextel. So do you remember when Nextel was out, the walkie-talkie two-way radio?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
for
our
sure.
background. So we didn't even offer services, repairs, nothing. All we sold you, we
Look at us
sold a
talking
little
smack about poor
holster.
poor
Yeah.
Nokia like it's a play school phone. Come on, we all have
So
one. We're
when
great.
those merge, when those companies merge, and Sprint and Nextel, we just decided to carry accessories for everybody.
Right.
So it didn't matter if you had a Motorola. Now all of a sudden we have Sonyos and Kyaceras and Samsungs and iPhones. So now across the board. So we used to ship an average of 10, 15, 20 packages a day.
Wow.
But we can't compete with Amazon. So the whole industry's changed. You have to adapt to changes, which now is a service. I mean, most of our business all day is providing a service. People break their phone. Okay.
Repair service.
Repair service.
Yeah.
So, and then you got to make a decision, can you justify fixing it or getting a new phone? So a lot
It's
of
like a
times,
car.
yeah. But if you get a new phone, you're going to start over from scratch. Hopefully you remember your passcodes, your iCloud, your Google accounts, because that's how everything is controlled right now. We try to tell
Yeah.
people, you need to treat your accounts kind of like a social security number. That's how serious it is. We rely on our phones every day. We use it daily.
Yeah.
And when we don't have it, you kind of realize like, hey, you know, that it's an important part of our life and you should treat it that way. And people don't. They kind of shy it off. They just think it's there, it's their phone, but they don't realize how much is tied to that phone, your contacts, your photos. So,
Yeah.
you know, you got to utilize those clouds, and people don't want to, but you're going to be left behind because if that phone got lost or stolen.
I've had a combination of both break and loss, and if that phone cannot, my experience is that if the screen can't be turned back on, the data's probably gone. If the screen can be turned back on, there's, you know, you can kind of transfer the files and stuff like
Yep.
that, but you're taking a chance if you're not securing it, right?
If you have a passcode on your phone, that's great. Okay. A lot of people don't do that. But the thing is, even if people break the passcode, they can't bypass the new securities that Google has in place in iCloud.
Right.
Google removals, iCloud removals. There's some options, but the most important I would recommend for people on their phone is definitely have a passcode on your screen. And people still don't want to do that, but I highly recommend it.
No, I've got mine.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what I was saying too is if you utilize your iClouds and your Google accounts, and make sure you have to tweak and go into settings to make sure they're auto syncing, because a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's syncing, it's on the cloud, oh I have it backed up. But when was the last backup?
Right.
Have you verified that? Are you out of storage? Because that's another thing too. If you don't have enough storage, your phone's not backing up.
It's
So
like it's like the use of a phone, the smart use of a smartphone is to have a routine.
yeah.
Not just kind of use it, but have a maintenance routine. Have a
You got to
cleanup
maintenance, just like you
routine.
maintenance your car, you got to maintenance your phone too. You
Some
know,
people don't maintenance their cars. I've seen those driving down the road.
people don't
Black
maintenance their
smoke.
phones either. Yo.
But, you know, coming out of the exhaust and all that stuff. But well, no, I'm glad that I'm definitely glad that you were a part of the expo today and you made some
Yeah,
new
I love
introductions.
being
Yeah.
part of. Yeah, yep. I love
That's
being
good
part of
people.
this. So thank you guys for inviting me and being part of this.
No, well, let's
Yeah.
have you with us and everything like that. So
Yesofcourse.com.
Yep. You can find us at yesofcourse.com, 4660 West Charleston Boulevard.
yesofcourse.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
very much.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we'll let you get back to your booth and hopefully sell some items out there.
All right.
You know,
Thank you
Thank you for your
guys.
time, Valerie.
You
All right.
got it. Thank you so much.
Jeff, thank you. Yes. Our next guest, Jeff, is Ken Richardson. He has so many things he does, but today he
What
is
does Ken
manning
do?
the Lions Club booth.
Ken,
How are you?
good to see you again, sir.
Good
we
to
had the
see
chance
you.
to
We
meet
did,
about 20
yes.
minutes ago, and now you're coming in from the Lions Club, representing
Yes.
one of the local chapters.
One of the local chapters of the Lions Club, the Las Vegas host. We are the oldest Lions Club in Las Vegas, founded in 1938.
Really?
Yes.
Right on. So, what is the main mission of Lions Club?
The main mission is to serve our community, and we do that in a number of ways, focusing on vision. You've heard of the Lions Club eyeglass recycling programs, I'm sure. That's one of our main focuses. We collect donated eyeglasses around the community. We clean those up, we read the prescription, and then we use those on our missions to other countries, because there are licensing issues in the United States, to match the donated eyeglasses with people that need them. Other things that we do is we partner with local physicians. We have a program. If you need eye surgery, for example, a cataract surgery is very common, particularly as we get a little older. We have surgeons, and we have a program that if you don't have insurance or you can't afford it, we will pay for that surgery. We'll get that surgery done for you.
Amazing.
Yeah, we also have, for more complex cases, we have an affiliation with the program at UCSF in San Francisco. They have a large ophthalmology training program there. We'll send our patients up there, pay for their transportation, their food, their lodging, whatever they need to get their eye surgery up there. So vision care is our primary focus. Another is the Lions Burn Center at University Medical Center. This is a burn center that was started, I think, back in the late 60s, early 70s. It's one of the only burn centers around
Yeah.
in the community.
I have heard of that at UMC right there on West
Yes.
Charleston, just west of the 15, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And it was our club, and well, the Lions of Southern Nevada. There are several clubs in Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada that contributed to get that burn unit funding done initially, and it's been one of our major events, our major sponsorships over the years, and it's we continue to raise money for that. So what the Lions tries to do is we get involved in our community in those areas that are our focus areas, and vision is a major one, hunger is a major another one. We work with and volunteer at the Las Vegas Rescue Mission. Environmental services, we are involved with that. Childhood cancer and diabetes, and those are the focus areas that we raise money for and support programs. We also, Lions Club International is an international organization. So we have 1.4 million members around the world. And one of the things that we do is we have funds for disasters. And funding, some of the money that we raise here in Las Vegas goes into the pool where disasters in the state and around the country and around the world, we help to fund relief for those instances. So we're very, very busy and very involved in our community.
Terrific. And the question I'm about to ask you almost pales because it seems like you're dealing with enough challenges. But my question to you is, what's the biggest challenge you face in all of those projects, in all of those verticals?
Well, it's always money. It's always about money.
Raising money, that's the
the
biggest
money.
challenge?
That's always
Yeah.
the biggest challenge. And having enough volunteers. You can never have enough volunteers. Our club has about 50 members, and we do twist their arms and we take their money, but we also take some of their time and get them to volunteer for events like the one we're here today, where we do free vision screenings throughout the community. And that's where we identify a lot of people who need our services, who need eyeglasses, or they need a comprehensive eye exam. That because our screening is just that. It's a screening. We're trained, but we're not physicians.
Right.
So our main job is to, when something doesn't look right, to make sure that client can get to a physician or to a healthcare provider.
So, and where you're going now, or where you are now with the organization, what is your vision for the future? The next 12 months, what's on the docket?
Well, in the next 12 months, we're going to continue to focus on our primary mission of vision services.
Vision of vision?
Vision of vision. We have a vision of vision. But our goal would be to eradicate preventable blindness. And any preventable disease that you can eradicate is a win for the community. We also want to make sure that those who can't afford care, eye care specifically is what we focus on, that they'll be able to get it. And they can get it through us, so that we'll have the funds, we'll have the resources available to meet that need. And we're always behind the 8 ball. For example, on our current surgery list, we have about 70 patients that are waiting.
Yeah.
And we get them in as quickly as we can.
Well, it's good to know. Until this moment, I was not aware that Lions had that very specific direction into eyesight.
Well, I think it was in 1924, Helen Keller was the featured speaker at the international meeting in Chicago, I think it was. And she challenged the Lions to become Knights of the Blind and to help eradicate preventable.
So that was the catalyst. That was the beginning of the story, huh?
That was the beginning of the story.
All right. Well, very cool.
And we've carried that through, added some things, but that's still one of our main focuses and one of the areas that I'm most involved in.
Very cool. I like it. Well, no, we appreciate you coming in and yakking with us right now and
My
everything.
pleasure.
And I don't know how much what the festivities out there in the main hall call it or going down, but no, I appreciate you coming in, and
My
I'll
pleasure.
get back out there in a few minutes and yak with you myself.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to see you.
You got
Awesome.
it. Absolutely.
Thank you for your time,
much.
Ken. Our next guest is Larry Cohn.
Come on,
with
Larry.
The BPAC booth. So come on in, Larry.
Larry, sir.
Good. How about yourself?
Blessed. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? There's a heck of a. Come on, sit close. I won't.
All
Right.
right.
I think we had 3 chairs in here because we had someone actually was coming in. Tell me a little bit about your business.
All right. What I have been doing for 30 years
Right.
is helping companies become more efficient in their business processes. Getting rid of paper, getting rid of forms, getting rid of data entry,
Right.
creating an environment where people are more productive, companies save money, they get things done faster, and they get it done more accurately. So we provide such things as a hosted content management system that is compliant with HIPAA, PCI, and all the other wonderful things the government makes you,
If it's on the medical side of things, you're saying.
PII
right?
and credit card information and personal information, all those things have to be so secure. And so
Yeah.
we provide systems that can keep your documents safe without any access to anybody who's not authorized to, one, get into it,
Yeah.
and two, do certain things with documents.
And no doubt.
And with audit trails, so you know if anybody opens a document, who did it, when they did it, from where they did it, and what they did.
So, what got you started in
Uh,
this line of work? And because
Yeah.
I feel it's not always true, but I feel that oftentimes someone's in an industry for a while before they'll start a business in that industry. So,
Mhm.
what was
Well, I
your
started out-
lead up to that?
1968, the LA Unified School District put in a big computer system at my junior high school. I was in a minority area.
Was it one of those little number 2 pencil reading?
Oh, way before that.
A character recognition things?
Yeah, way before,
Before
that.
yeah.
This was like a whole
I'm the
room.
number 2 pencil guy.
Yeah. Oh, I did plenty of my circles.
Yeah.
What they call Scantron.
Best
forms.
answer is always C.
Yeah.
If you
Yep.
don't know it.
That's right.
Yep. You can't go wrong by going C and
Yeah.
occasionally all the above.
Right. Right. Yeah. Scribble across and hope the computer gets it. Right. Actually, I'm not kidding a bit. It was one of the big schools like a Stanford or Pepperdine or something like that. They just did a study, and I think that B is actually the more
The
common.
number one. Yeah.
Well, if you're taking a shot at it, if you're a
Right.
gambler.
No,
You know.
actually, when I was younger, I was a pretty smart kid. I was a troublemaker, but I was a pretty smart kid. And so I would actually do it right and get good grades, But back to your question. So after that, I kind of became interested in computers. And then
Yeah.
when I graduated college, I sent out my resume. Remember the old days we had to mail a resume. And
wait a couple weeks for
a response.
a response. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. Somebody
Instant
would
gratification.
dial the phone, and so a guy who had a software
Payphone, no less.
right, payphone,
Yeah.
people knew a dime in a glass booth.
Superman's class.
So he gets a hold of me, and he had it was a Wang 2200 mini computers. This is in the mid '80s.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years to get through college, So I got my degree. So I go to the interview, and he tells me what they do, and he says, "Where did you go to college?" Well, I had
Yeah.
sent my resume. He didn't even look at it because
Didn't read
he's
it.
asking that question. So
Most likely.
I said Cal State Northridge,
Yeah.
and he said, "Oh, so did I. You got the job." And ever since then, I've been selling solutions to businesses to make them run more efficiently, to get their accounting right, to get their HR right.
And time down.
That's right.
And wasted time down.
Get rid of wasted time, get
Yeah,
rid of
that's what I'm
file
saying.
cabinets, get rid of bankers boxes, get rid of inboxes on desks. So, and people, they find, there's been studies that people are more likely to do more work and enjoy their work if they're automated.
I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe that fits my personality. I don't want a cluttered desk, but they say that's the sign of a sick mind.
Right.
So I got to be somewhere in the middle.
I have a couple little pieces of paper laying over here, but my desk is totally clear.
Right.
Everything I get in is scanned, archived, and shredded.
That's a lifestyle. Is it not?
It's smart.
I would not argue with you one bit. I think it's a lifestyle, a business lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And when the ship is running tight, it's gonna collaborate better. It's gonna communicate better. It's gonna flow better. It's gonna grow
Right.
better.
That's right. And having
And it's
access.
gonna train better.
Right.
Trying to teach
There's
better,
no negatives to it. Now I've put in systems like I'll never forget one client. It was Concordia University in Irvine in the '90s. They were my first situation with financial aid and admissions, and we completely automated that process so that any of the applications, financial data went directly into the system, digitized, and right to the right counselor based on the first letter of the person's last name. Well, there was a woman who was older, and she said, "I have to have my paper. I can't do my job." So we made a deal with her. They delivered her files every day, but she wasn't allowed to open them. But she had her files there. She felt comfortable until finally we said, "Stop."
Until you got away from that touchy feel, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a process, change process, and that's one of the battles I fight.
Well, and honestly, it's probably generational.
Oh yeah.
You
Now
know,
that there's more people younger than I am than older than I am,
Oh yeah.
it's easier to sell. They want to be efficient.
I know. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so efficient, I don't recognize some of the language because it's too short form.
That's actually
Don't shorten it too much.
It's actually funny because I think I'm talking English,
Yeah,
and most people say, "Please stop and explain what you just said."
because the words are too long.
Yeah, or they're
'Cause they're spelled out all the way.
conceptual and they don't quite say what do you mean take data off of a document.
I've been told I text too many complete sentences.
Yeah, I do, and I
All the time.
use proper punctuation in a text.
You spell you instead
Yeah,
of
you. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no,
We are not going to outrun the youngins.
no,
There's
no,
no way.
but we can still manage it.
Maybe status quo, keep moving. But no, you got to appreciate some of their innovations.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
know,
thank
maybe-
God they have
young
the
kids are
creative
doing it.
mind more than we did.
And in the tech world.
Yep.
Think so?
Hmm.
All right, sir. Well, I think we're getting the round up to head on back to the main hall. And Guy, do you want to come in and say a few words here?
Larry, so much. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Really appreciate it. Our next guest is
Absolutely.
Dawson, the end of the
That's
hour.
right. We match. Yeah, well, we'll be working the door when everyone leaves.
Thank you for your time, Larry.
All right, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you.
Guy Dawson, I don't know if you're aware, but Cause Marketing Chamber is a wonderful organization. So
I am aware.
What are we?
I am very aware.
Let's just stand up.
Wait,
No one will be able to see it.
Come on.
Well, talk to me, sir. How is the event going out there? I've been Dan and I've been back here in the podcast booth solving world peace with some great guests and business owners. But
I know you guys are amazing, and I've seen our roving reporter out there.
PJ's out there.
Right after, we're gonna go back to her right after you.
And we're just having a great time out there. This is the 10th time that we've put on this event, and everyone is a unique experience. Just being able to support the businesses and the nonprofit organizations, it fulfills our mission. This is one of the particular ways that we do it. We have a lot of other things that we do at the chamber
Throughout the
that
year.
support this, but this event is our revival. It's like the revival event.
the annual gala, as it were.
Yeah, sometimes we do it every 6 months. This particular year we only did it once, but next year I think we're shooting to do it twice.
Good. Yeah. Well, you definitely got the popularity for it. Definitely got the attracting people, both business owners and nonprofits together. Today's collaboration, I think, has been great. We, Room Redux, as a nonprofit, the amount of people that we have met and instant collaboration, not just, hey, meeting, let me have your business card, talk to you in the next few days, and maybe you'll see them at a different networking group somewhere down the road. Everybody is diving in, taking action immediately, and not just with our nonprofit, but some of the others that are out there. And just to give some time, some airtime, for lack of a better term, some of the other nonprofits that are out there, who are they? Let's give them some, kind of list right here. And you would know better than I.
Yeah.
I've been talking about Room Redux a little bit too much. So to back off here and give
Heaven
some other
Can
folks-
Wait.
Heaven Can
A
Wait.
great animal-oriented nonprofit. We have Lions Club is out there.
When we
which
just
is,
talked to Ken.
I'm a member of Lions, phenomenal organization. Of course, Toastmasters International is out there. Heart and Soul Hospitality. And so with these events, Jeff, we've always liked to have that balance, the balance of the business element and the nonprofit element, and just to show how they can coexist. It's also a great opportunity for for nonprofits to network. I mean, on the business side, Jeff, and that's how you and I know each other, is from business networking. I mean, we understand the importance of our collaboration. We shoot each other business. That's how we function.
Organic relationships.
For the nonprofit organization, sometimes they're just so involved in what they're doing that they don't get a chance to create the types of partnerships. And that's what this event is about, is putting an organization like Greater Hope together with your organization, because of the natural synergy that there is in what you do, the collaborations amongst the nonprofit organizations, the volunteerism, the opportunities, like you had mentioned. People, they're going to take action. There's been so many volunteers that have come as a direct result of being part of these events, because they're excited. They see us walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
And it's grassroots.
Yes.
It's grassroots. Not that we want to like open up and talk about a bunch of politics and maybe government taxes, funding, this and that, whatever. But it seems like an awful lot of nonprofits are created by an individual or a small group of people that recognizes something's not being taken care of by our local jurisdictions, authorities, or other governmental entities. That's what it appears to me to be about. So there's got to be a lot of passion to start that. Those things do not get started on a whim, do they?
Yeah, it's running a nonprofit organization, establishing one is
getting it started.
Yeah, it's a business. It's
getting
just
anyone
like
to look twice at you.
But like you said, I mean, one of the things, there was a woman that originally was working with me on the development of the Businesses with Heart event, and her name is Cheryl Green, and she actually came up with the name Businesses with Heart. But Cheryl and I were having a conversation one day, and one of the things that we talked about is that we believe that organizations like ours and yours and these other great nonprofit organizations can solve a lot of the problems of society ourselves, rather than, again, we're not into politics. I mean, that's so not what we're about.
Right.
But being able to definitely be organizations that can get things done, just like you talked about.
We're not tied up in
important to us.
Bureaucracy.
We go out there and we make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really important.
We do it. Tomorrow, I know we've got I don't know if we've mentioned it here on the podcast for Room Redux. We have our very first transformation tomorrow morning. And I would be lying through my teeth if I didn't say there's a heck of a lot of excitement just changing out the vibe of one bedroom. And that's what we do. But so many of the other organizations getting to do what they do. Mm-hmm. We all fundraise, we all promote, we all try to raise funds, we all try to get volunteers to our respective organizations. But putting all that aside and then being able to get to work with whatever your organization is, a Greater Hope or the Animal Foundation, mm-hmm. and or Room Redux or any other, mm-hmm. Heaven can wait. Heaven can wait. Yeah. I didn't mean to forget that name.
She's our next guest.
Oh, thank God. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for putting it on.
Yeah, and you just meet the most amazing people, Jeff, at these events. I mean, the quality of people, both on the business side and the nonprofit side, of people who participate in these events is always so high. That's something that we noticed right off the bat when we first started hosting these back in 2015, is that the types of people that we were getting were just some of the cream of the crop, because they're givers. They're people who understand, if they're on the business side, they understand good karma, business karma. Mm-hmm. And there are businesses out there such as Soul Up that we just awarded us a check for $15,000 for the radio show that we host. They get it. They understand the significance, the importance of being in partnership with their community, not just, and they are very profitable, obviously, to be able to share with us like that. Yep. But one of the reasons why they're profitable like that is because of the good business karma that they're giving by giving back to. And there's so many stories. I mean, I could sit here for an hour, Jeff, and share the stories through the 8 years that I've been involved in this work, mm-hmm. Of just the good business karma that people have gotten as a result of being a business that gives back to their community. I know you understand it through the pools. It's just, the business is coming. If you're giving, it's just a law.
Yep.
It's a law.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. We've seen it firsthand many, many times throughout the years, and very much, especially over the last 6-7 months with Room Redux.
Yeah,
So you're right.
absolutely. And you guys are helping kids. You're, you're creating environments that help these kids emotionally. I mean, experiencing traumatic experiences in the home and I guess the connection to that. And when you started to tell me what it was all about,
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about in the room where the thing happened and the emotional and mental connection that you would have to that. I mean, the things that you guys are doing, going in there and transforming those rooms, it's just an incredible contribution to society.
And think trajectory. Think trajectory. Now, you and I are our respective ages right now. We were once 20, we were once 15, we were once 10, and younger. So some of these young children, boys and girls that are abused, that's a change in trajectory. No, without that kind of support, and there's many other entities supporting these children along with us, collaborating at the same time. We're not just going in all by ourselves. These children are in trauma therapy, in counseling, and all these things. Well, all of those efforts are changing that trajectory of our fellow Americans, young men and young women that have all the opportunity to do something great for our patriots, our people, we the people. And I don't think it's corny to say it. I do think it's national based. I do think it's a big part of our nation to grab a hold of all of our children and adults and take a look at who doesn't have the opportunities that so many other people do. And it's all about the exposure to the opportunities. It really is, because if exposure's there, opportunities can be gained. Some of these kids, they have no idea what some of the opportunities is. They have no idea. They're not exposed to it. And I think that's where all of the grassroots nonprofit organizations, I think that is one of the major positive byproducts for all of them, because it's bringing these kids out of traumatic situations, out of low income situations, out of lack of exposure situations, mostly in education in that realm and stuff like that. So yeah, good job, sir.
Yeah. I mean, we really just balance it because the success of business is so important to us, along with these nonprofits being able to thrive so that they can provide these amazing services that they provide that really benefit people. Small businesses are, as you know, are the drivers of this country. Most people think of large corporations as the economic drivers of America, and it's just not true. I think, 90% of the people who work in America work for a business with 500 employees or less. And so our support of small businesses, like a Soul Up, I mean, they're successful, but they're a small business. They don't have a lot of employees. Us driving business their way and their philanthropic spirit, and your business and my business, keeping these businesses going, employs people, fuels the economy. These are two pillars of the community, the nonprofit world and the for-profit world. And that's what we're all about, celebrating that.
Matching them up.
Yeah.
We did great with commercial business involved with the Cause Marketing Chamber before we ever heard of Room Redux. Room Redux comes along about 6.5, 7 months ago, and it was a no-brainer, wasn't it?
Yes, great.
It was a no-brainer. No-brainer. You were the first call.
Yeah.
So, but well, all right.
All right, we're gonna go out to PJ in the field for a little while.
All right.
All right. Who's PJ got?
Hope you guys are enjoying the show. There's our correspondent out there. Keep up the great work, you guys.
You too, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Hi there, everyone. PJ Belanger from Integrated Providers Association. I'm here at the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, where we have a wonderful expo going on for nonprofit businesses, businesses with heart. I have a lady here. I wanted to give you an aerial view of what's going on in the room, and I have someone here who's going to tell you why she came out today. But first, take a look at the buzz that's going on, all the collaboration. It's a lot of fun in here. There's a great buzz going on. There's raffles. There's a silent auction. And all of the proceeds are going to help room reduction, which transforms rooms of children who've been abused to help them heal. It's an amazing opportunity to do something very important. And here with me right now is one of our attendees. Tell us why you came out today.
Hi everyone, I came out to support a really great cause. I love the Cause Marketing Chamber. Being able to put in your money to support a good cause is what it's all about.
Amen. Awesome. What was your favorite part of the expo today?
I really liked the talks. We had some great talks. Jim did really great talking about customer service, so I've been able to learn a lot and then also help to support. So that's been really fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for chatting with me.
Of course.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
So let's go on down here and see what's going on with some of our vendors, exhibitors. We've got BPAC, Business Process Automation Company. Say hi. And we've got over here, we have some more of our beautiful Lachey.
So hospitality.
Awesome. Businesses with heart. That's what it's all about. And the Toastmasters. Say hi. Come on down, everyone. We're here till 8 o'clock. We're at the space. Come on down and see Businesses with Heart. Here's the man, Guy Dawson. And we have all kinds of wonderful companies. I want to tell you a little bit more about the nonprofit that is benefiting today. Room Redux Nevada helps children who have faced sexual or physical abuse by changing the environment that they live in so that they feel more comfortable and safe to return to the space where perhaps something bad happened to them. So they come in, they fully transform the children's rooms so their environment is completely different. They work through donations and grants, and you might want to take a look at how you can help or how you can get involved with Room Redux Nevada. That's who is benefiting from today's Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce today. This is Businesses with Heart, and here we have Heaven Can Wait. Say hi. And then over here we have a cosmetic company, and there's all kinds of great things going on over here. Yes, of course, your name can go on anything, right? Yes, great to have you here we are at Businesses with Heart. It's nonprofits that are being elevated that do great things for the community, and they align with companies that come alongside them and elevate the work that they do as nonprofits. So come on down to the space and meet up with some of these wonderful, incredible people with some incredible products and say hi. All of the proceeds from today are going, like I said, to Room Redux of Nevada, and we're having amazing, what do you call it? Silent auction as well. So take a look at all the different things that they have. Come put your name on something that you'd love to win, love to take home, and the proceeds would go to Room Redux. I know you want to be a part of that.
Everybody!
Woohoo! We got something going on at the front
We have a few more
stage.
things coming up here pretty quick, but I am going to be pulling the raffle tickets in about 15 minutes.
raffle's
Same with the
getting ready to
silent
happen.
auction. So you have
You
about
wanna be
15
here.
more minutes to buy raffle tickets or to increase your bids on those silent auction items, because I've seen people go over there and increase their bids. So about another 15 minutes, and then we're going to do those polls. Thank you.
Yay! We all love to win raffles. I know I do. Come on down to the space. We're at the Businesses with Heart Expo. We're being sponsored by Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, which is a chamber for nonprofits. We're elevating nonprofits and the work that they do here in the community, and I know you want to be part of it. So come on down. We're here till 8 o'clock at the space, and there's plenty of people here for you to talk to, plenty of things for you to see, whether it be resources or product lines, or find out how you can collaborate with a nonprofit and find out how you can elevate the community.
Awesome,
we'll
PJ.
talk to
Thank you. We're
Okay.
going to come back out to
We'll see
you when it's time for the award ceremony. Until then, we're interviewing Kelly Sheehan from the Heaven Can Wait booth.
Are we on? Are we live?
You are on and live, sir.
All right. Kelly,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about your organization and how you got started with it.
Me personally.
Yeah.
Okay. So Heaven Kuwait Animal Society is an organization in Las Vegas that has been around for 23 years now. And we've been providing, well, our main goal is to stop unnecessary euthanasia and provide a more quality of life for dogs and cats in Southern Nevada. And the way that we do that is through accessible veterinary care, advocacy, education for our community, and of course, community engagement.
Right.
Mhm.
So, what kind of effect has the organization had on stopping that euthanizing of dogs and cats?
We have a very high impact, actually. So we have spayed and neutered well over 175,000 dogs and cats.
Amazing.
And we would estimate that that probably kept over 525,000 off the streets and out of shelters. So yeah, it's a super high impact because what we do is we stop the problem at the root of the cause,
Right.
which is spay and neuter. And then we also provide that for pet owners who need that service, and it improves the quality of life of their pets in many, many ways.
I agree. I've always been a dog owner, dog lover. Right now, I've got a 14-and-a-half-year-old Chihuahua, a 9-year-old German Shepherd, and a 1-year-old Rottweiler.
Wow,
So
you got
small
your work cut
dogs.
out for you.
Right.
One
right.
small dog.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Now, you're talking about getting a hold of animals and spaying and neutering. How, like we get referrals into Room Redux. How are you getting your referrals? Are you getting referrals from, let's say, I don't want to say collection agencies, but the different pounds and it's a dog pound, right?
Well, no,
Or
we're
dog pound, dog shelter.
We're not a shelter. We're not a rescue. We don't deal in any of that. It's all accessible veterinary care. So the way that we get referrals is usually, honestly, through word of mouth. A lot of people that have gotten our services have been very satisfied, and we're very safe with our veterinary care. So they recommend their friends and family. And then also we have animal control. We're working with them too.
Okay.
They recommend our services. And yeah, just getting out here in the community like we do.
And when I think about, let me ask that question even kind of a different way.
Yes.
When you're talking about dog catchers, strays, and I don't know if it's wild dogs or feral cats. I almost kind of don't know, but just strays. You're getting your hands on those guys too?
Of course. So we actually partner up with quite a few rescues and shelters here in the Valley, where we provide services for them too. The animals that they get into adopt, we can provide a lot of spay and neuter services for them. But also we partner up with TNR organizations, which is Trap, Neuter, Return. So there are over 200,000 community cats in our Las Vegas Valley, and we are one of the main providers for their not just spay and neuter care, but vaccines, and if they have any serious medical issues, we can help them with that too.
So now when those animals are brought, any of those 200,000 cats are brought in, and they're spayed, neutered, vaccinated, maybe some other medical issues handled, then turned over to a family.
Not necessarily. There are a lot of cats that really are truly feral, so they would not be happy in a home, and it'd be very difficult to be able to convert them from the outdoor life where they've learned to survive into domesticated life. So there are some cats that we actually spay and neuter where they could use the extra help, which is why we partner with nonprofits and rescues and shelters throughout the valleys. Is if there's a friendly cat or there's a kitten, we might be able to connect them with a rescue that could help them be established in a home. But there are a lot of cats that just would not be comfortable indoor life. So but a lot of the times when we release them, that
was going to be my question. You released in a certain area,
right where they were trapped.
Anywhere? Oh, okay. Always right back home.
So right back
from
home.
there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And a lot of the people that bring them to us are what we call community cat caretakers, and they love these animals. They make sure they're fed and watered, and if there's any health issues, they are there to help these cats through it.
They know.
They know.
Yeah.
These are their babies.
Are there specific areas around Clark County, around Southern Nevada, that are heavy cat populations, heavy dog populations, stray, or is it just plain everywhere?
As far as I know, it's just plain everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult because we'll get them from not just neighborhoods, but there are people who work in commercial areas that are like,
right,
I am feeding these cats at my work every day, and I need help. So yeah, we're there for them too.
and my question also, I kind of think is that let's think real estate for a sec.
Okay.
Let's think master plan, Summerlin, Askaya, McDonald Ranch, as opposed to 89106. You know, Las Vegas Boulevard in Maine. You know, a downtown, real tight, you know, heavy apartments, multifamily, something with high density,
Yes.
or something like that. So again, no real zone on that. It's truly spread out.
As
And
far
this
as
is
I
just curious
know, like
questions
I'm
for me.
not sure. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not sure. We get cats from all over the city, so I'm not sure if it's more densely populated in certain. I would have to
Certain
like
areas.
actually do the research on the data for
Right.
that.
Well, that was the most important question I asked today. So.
That's interesting. Like I want to look it up now. I'll
All
have to
right.
look through the steps.
Yeah, data.com.
Yep.
And all that stuff. But well, no, and your involvement with the Cause Marketing Chamber, I know that I have definitely seen you out and about, networking quite a bit. What
100%.
connected you with Cause Marketing?
We were reached out to for this actual event, Businesses with Heart. We were reached out to last year. They asked us to be there with a booth. And me, I love these events. I love getting out into the community, and they don't know that we're even there to help them unless we're out there. And it's
I agree
also
with that.
yeah. So and if you can, as a nonprofit, get small businesses into your fold as well, they can also spread the word because they have a passion for it too. Everyone has a passion for animals.
It's a tremendous amount. It's a tremendous idea for small business owners, products and services, to collaborate with specials and you know, a drive, maybe a business drive or a sale or something like that, where because it's a win-win. It's that marketing, it's that attention, bringing more business, bringing more clientele into the business, bringing more consumers into the business, and also helping out the nonprofit, and then raising awareness for both.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
It's a wonderful partnership.
Yeah,
I am down.
The Cause Marketing Chamber. I know we've been talking about it quite a bit here on podcast, but it's an incredibly worthy organization and great connectors to build business.
Met a lot of good people here. Met a lot of major connections here. So
Good.
It's been wonderful.
All right. Well, Dana,
Appreciate your time.
who else do we have on the docket? Where are we going to get some businesses in here?
That's a great
really
question. We're
appreciate
gonna go back out to
well, we see
PJ
each
for a
out
second.
there. Yeah, no, we'll see each out there a bunch of networking
Not only
events.
nonprofits
I
and
understand
for-profits, but
there's,
also
It is.
It
It certainly is.
There's an award ceremony going on. Would you show us some of that?
sector you're in, or regardless of what you do.
Hi, we're live here at the
Really
space.
important to
And right now
get
they're
behind
giving
the cause
awards
and
for
to support that.
nonprofits
So I
that have
appreciate you
really
guys.
impacted the
This is
community and
fabulous.
elevated the
Thank you,
community.
and thank you guys all
So
so much
right
for
now,
just showing up and
Jesse
being a part
got
of the
one
Cause
of the
Marketing Businesses
prizes.
for Heart, because there's a lot of man hours and work that go into having an event like this, and it's very different from some of the other ones. So thank you. I'm gonna keep this forever. Woo!
Yay!
Carl can't speak, so I have to be his spokesperson.
So they gave away 3 prizes to 3 incredible nonprofit companies. And I'm not sure if they're going to give away some more prizes here right now or what's next, but come on down, everyone. There's some incredible raffle prizes. There's fun silent auction items, and all of the proceeds from today's Businesses with Heart Expo are going to
Jesse's been working with us for the
help
last couple of years.
the
and she's a
Room
wonderful
Reduction
addition
Nevada
to the
organization.
chamber.
And they're
Now,
a
wasn't
very
that fun?
important
Don't you think we should
organization to
continue
help.
this tradition? So next year, we're gonna do this all over again. Thank you.
So this is next plan to be here next year if we couldn't get here today.
Very well done, Carol and Carl. All right, we
This
got
is
about
our
6 minutes before
fearless
I'm going to
leader.
do a presentation about the Cause Marketing Chamber. So please network for a few more minutes, and I will be right back.
Yay. That was Guy Dawson. He is, of course, with PR Connections and Classy Communications. And he is the fearless leader of Cause Marketing, the Chamber of Commerce for Nonprofits. And today's event, Businesses with Heart, is at the space. We will be here till 8. If you could come on down, buy a bunch of raffle tickets that will help go towards Room Redux Nevada, and maybe win yourself a wonderful prize. Take a look at these prizes. Here's our silent auction items. Ooh, jewelry's always wonderful, right? Look at all this wonderful things. Come on down.
PJ, you turned off your camera.
Get something for pennies on the dollar, but while you're actually helping to support a wonderful cause. Room Redux Nevada helps change children's lives that have been abused. They change the environment for them so that it helps them heal. Come on down. These are all the raffle prizes we've got. And I know. And I hope that all came onto the cat.
Awesome. PJ, thank you so much. And we appreciate that you showed us the award ceremony. We're going to talk to the winners now. All right. We'll come back out to you in a few minutes.
Cute, huh?
All right. We have our winners of some
here,
awards
let's
here.
scoot
Move you over
scoot
just a
my
little
way a
bit so
little
you're
bit.
both on camera.
Yeah, plenty of room this way. Here, scoot on over, ladies.
There you go. So what was the award ceremony? What'd you win?
First of all, I'm gonna hold mine forever right
Right.
here. I'm so excited. You first, though. You first.
I got the Cause Marketer of the Year, mostly from my work with the Junior League. I've become familiar with other nonprofits. Junior League of Las Vegas does volunteer training for the membership, and there's a certain amount of volunteer hours that you have to do as an active. I've now moved on and I'm a sustainer, so you don't have to do this however many hours a year anymore. But I became very familiar with the nonprofits in the community.
Okay.
So that's where I learned that.
Okay.
So,
Did you want me to talk about mine? Because I'm really excited
no,
right now. I'm really
absolutely.
taken
And we'll
aback.
bounce back and forth. So dive in, Jesse. What do you got there?
It's Nonprofit Supporter of the Year for Greater Hope, but really it's just a lot of my involvement being with cause marketing over the last couple of years. And I'm really proud of that. I'm just taken aback because I did not expect a thing. I'm just happy to be here. And I'm 100% about servant leadership. And so I really believe in giving back in the community in any way that you can, and outside of work, just, you know, as a person being able to give back. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna put this like on my mantle or something. I'm so excited.
No, the last several folks that have been in, just, you know, talking about things on the podcast here, we talk about grassroots and all those efforts. So that's where it's at.
Yeah.
It wouldn't exist without individuals giving back like you guys both. So
Yes,
and
indeed.
contributing.
Thank you for that.
So what's next?
Well, for Greater Hope.
What would you like to thank the Academy for?
All right, so first I would like to thank all of my family and friends, or whatever they say on the Grammys.
Right.
I don't know. I don't watch that stuff.
Thank God.
I think thank God, thank
God,
family.
right?
I really do think that us, especially being a part of a nonprofit for so long, almost 12 years, there's nothing we could do without the people that support us, and I'm sure you would agree with that. It's not just the folks that work for you. It's not just the folks that are your employees or your volunteers, but it's the family members that help support your events. It's people in business that help sponsor and donate. It's the families who are doing the 24/7 work, the children who come back eventually and can tell their success stories, and all those in our mental health therapists who are helping the children heal long term. So, you know, an award is fantastic and it's so sweet and thoughtful, but really it comes down to being able to say thank you to everybody who kind of makes our business go round. And that's everything from the foster parents to the mental health team to our you know, down to our secretaries in the front office. So,
And just
This is
real quick,
exciting.
talk just a little bit more about your organization.
Sure. So
And then I definitely want to bounce back and talk with what you
Yes.
kind of mentioned it real quick, but I wanted to elaborate on the training aspect that you were talking about. But
yeah, so we're a nonprofit foster care and adoption agency. And so really we focus on temporary care of children in foster homes. We train, vet, and approve families to take care of children ages newborn to 18 years old. And then we also help support them while they're in our foster homes. And here in Nevada, there's just a shortage of foster families, a lot of children. There's about 3,300 children in just Clark County, and there's only about 500 foster parents across the board. And so there's just a shortage, it's a huge need. And so Greater Hope steps in and we take the child from day one when they're placed and joined to our families all the way through the point where they reunify with their biological family, and then potentially they may enter into an adoption case. So the entire time we really walk with the family and the children through just the hardships of trauma, the hardships of being displaced from your natural family, and all the things that can come along with that. Sometimes it's behavior, sometimes it's just learning a new environment, being with a complete new person that is not related to you. And so I get to be a small part of that in helping recruit and train families, and also helping case manage the kids.
Well, it's probably a bigger part than you're realizing there. Thank you very much for diving in on that. Right on. And you just kind of briefly mentioned it, but talk a little bit about the organization.
So, my name's Christine Bullard. My company is Alpha 2 Realty. We do residential management and sales. And when I left my corporate job and had my own company, I was looking for a way to volunteer. I had volunteered, they had those things set up at my job, and so I was missing that. And I saw an ad in the paper, and it was for the Junior League, a volunteer organization. I thought, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a native of Las Vegas, third generation. So I have ties in the community, but not like that. So I joined the Junior League, and it's a volunteer organization, and it's a good one. So
And what do they do exactly?
They train the membership as volunteers, and I've never been a chair of any committee. I've always just been a volunteer. But they do fundraising. We have a gala every year, but basically it's training the members in volunteering. So with that, we partnered with a lot of other organizations that needed volunteers for an event or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So like a lot of involvement with Shannon West. There's a Shannon West Homeless Youth Committee. They cook once a week. One of our members, I think, sponsored the kitchen, things like that. A lot of fundraising went into things, of that nature. And that was years ago when Shannon West was just first built. But we've had a committee there. Basically, the Junior League comes up with a project that is addressing a need. The focus has changed a lot through the years. When I joined, it's been at least 15 years, they were focusing on women and children, and now it's more in the human trafficking. That's our focus this year. So
that's taken, unfortunately, a lead in need, so to speak.
So
when we talk
that
about
something
that,
I'm on? I mean, I'm a sustainer member now, which is basically, I'm so old, I've aged out, and you just
stop it.
Well, and so I just kind of keep up with what's going on Facebook and those kinds of things. But they, when you're looking for, a lot of times it's hard to find volunteers and fundraising and all of those things.
And then I guess I didn't realize that group existed, but it makes perfect sense because we can all want to volunteer, but sometimes the thing we're volunteering for, maybe we need to be a little trained for it. And let me jump back to you. You and I just the other day, Jesse, were talking about trauma training.
Yes.
And how valuable that is. As an organization like Room Redux, we're going into situations, we may not see the trauma victim, but we're definitely communicating with family members. And we've seen some real emotion from family members of these trauma victims, of course. So I think what both of you are doing is very, very valuable, and probably something that hardly gets talked about.
100%. I think foster care especially is one of those things everyone likes to highlight, things that are more fun. Foster care is not fun, but foster care is in every city, in every neighborhood, in every county in the United States and beyond. And
like you say, apparently a shortage.
100% a shortage across the board. Here in Nevada, there's a very interesting dynamic because there is so much accessibility, and because people really get caught up in that life. And so there's an interesting dynamic here, but really it's everywhere. And even for folks who aren't interested in necessarily fostering, maybe they feel like that's not their calling or not the thing that's right for them, there are ways to volunteer. There's ways to partner. There's ways to get involved. There's always a need for items and donations and things and hands on the ground, just like with Room Redux, because there's a lot of worthy, good causes, but unless you hear about them, how would you know how to get involved?
Cause Marketing Chamber.
Yes, yes, that's exactly.
Cause Marketing Chamber.
Mhm.
Hey,
Exactly.
God, give me my 20 spot for that one.
Yes. Awesome.
But anyway, well, congratulations to the winners.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll be on the Academy wall forever now.
I'm gonna keep this forever. I'm
Right.
so excited. Let me tell you.
Awesome. Great.
Very
Thank you so
cool.
much
Nice
for your
surprise.
time, ladies.
Well,
We
Dana,
appreciate
what
you.
next
Well,
for our
we're-
interviews? Are
we're
we
gonna-
moving back out to the main
We're
hall?
going to go back out to PJ for a few minutes, and then we'll have the people from Stuart Highland here.
Good.
Great.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Thank you
All right,
guys.
congratulations
ready?
on the
Marketing.
on the
All right,
prizes.
congratulations. All right, and we're going back out to PJ. What you got out there, PJ?
I've been working with nonprofit
Hi there,
organizations,
PJ here. Look who I found. Mrs.
organizations
Room Redux.
ever since we got started back
This
in
is Marianne,
2008, but
and
I
she
never
is
actually
with
heard that
Vegas
phrase,
Room Redux, which is the
And so we
cause of
decided
the
we put
event
on an
today.
event.
All
We
the
would get a bunch of
proceeds
business
from
people
today's
together,
cause
just like we did
marketing
today.
businesses with Heart
We
Expo
would
are going
network.
to
We
help
would provide
with the
business
Room
education
Redux
just like
Nevada
we did
program,
today.
which
And then
helps
we would have
children
proceeds
heal
from the event
from
go to a
traumatic
nonprofit organization.
abuse or
That time was a brand
tragedies that
new
have happened to them
nonprofit called
by
Hearts Alive Healing.
changing the
Anybody
environment
out
of
there
their
know
room
anything about Hearts Alive
completely.
Village?
And that way
It's
they
an
don't
animal
have the
rescue
same
center
environment that
here in
they
town. It's
were
one of the great
abused
success stories
or
actually
harmed
in
in.
the nonprofit
They have a
world.
whole new
They are
environment.
doing so
It's a
well.
very, very
Not only do they
awesome
have
program. So say hi, Mary.
the actual center, but then they've got a
And
thrift
then
store
we've
and
got
they
Guy
actually have a
Dawson
veterinarian.
is up here
I mean, a
actually
veterinarian
speaking
hospital. So they've
about
really,
the
really
cause
tried.
marketing
So proud
program,
of what Hearts
the
Alive
Chamber of
Village has
Commerce
done.
for nonprofits.
But proceeds from the event went to them. And I was really surprised at the support that the business community gave to that event. We had a room full of people just like we do today, and they got all excited about learning about cause marketing. Don did a great talk like he's going to do here in a few minutes about business. Cheryl did a talk specifically about how you can use cause marketing principles to be more successful in your business and in your life, and it was just a huge success. We did another event there 6 months later, the College of Southern Nevada. I mean, it was cause marketing all the way. It was all win, win, win. Contribution. The college gave us the room. We got the food was donated from a caterer, Michael Call Catering. Michael Call's a great guy, by the way. I know we had Sadie's Kitchen that was
Call
here
that
today.
number.
They're excellent caterers. I hope you will support their business. And Michael Call supported that, donated the food. It was just a great start. So what we did for the next few years, we got together and we would just host these businesses with Heart events every 6 months. And then everyone would go away. We would connect people, everyone would have a good time, and then we'd get back together again. Well, around late 2018, leading into 2019, we started to talk about how to create an organization that would be more sustainable than these events. Again, we were getting a lot out of the events and people were enjoying them, but we wanted to see if we could become a resource for two pillars of the community, and that is the nonprofit world and the for-profit world. We wanted to make ourselves a resource, someone that you could come to if you wanted, as a for-profit business, if you wanted to learn how you could partner up with nonprofit organizations, we could steer you in that direction. And if you were a nonprofit organization that wanted more exposure, we could connect you with for-profit business people who would support your success. And that was how the nonprofit organization that we now are, 501c6, the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, was born. And in early 2019, we officially launched the chamber. We didn't actually get our 501c6 certification until June of 2021. But we began to function as an organization that supported these two entities. And we do that through events like this, lots of education. It's been quite a journey. We have worked with, I counted up all the nonprofit organizations that we've worked with since 2015. And we have worked with 38 nonprofit organizations at some level over the course of that time. And I don't know, how many businesses, hundreds of businesses in the different events we've done, the mixers, the businesses with Heart events. I couldn't tell you probably how much business we've generated through these types of events and our mixers and the connections. But our goal has always been, how can we create an environment that everybody wins in? And that's what happens through these events that we host in this organization. It's really about pairing nonprofit organizations up with for-profit businesses, brings volunteer opportunities. As we know, Room Redux came up here and gave a talk today. And we're sure that some of you are now going to be volunteers, of course, with Room Redux. Any nonprofit, I'm sure, Kelly, you've got some volunteers as a result of doing events with us. I mean, the volunteerism in itself is a huge bonus for any nonprofit organization because most nonprofits function through volunteerism. So that's been huge. But just the exposure from that perspective. And then the for-profit businesses, of course, the networking opportunities, being a member of the chamber exposes you to great people who are like you, they're givers. Or like Soul Up, that company that came up here today. That's the type of environment that we want to create. It doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur or if you're a good-sized business like Soul Up or if you're a large corporation. If this is what you believe in, if you're about being profitable as a nonprofit or as a for-profit business, and you want to partner with other people who think like you, this is what this organization is all about. And so we host these events, and we always want to encourage people to become members of the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce. We have very reasonable rates to become a member. For the first 100 people, first 100 businesses who become members of the chamber, it's $100. And again, through that, you have access to these great events that we do. We have, of course, our Revival, which is the Businesses with Heart event that we do. We have quarterly mixer events where we sponsor a nonprofit or we present a nonprofit organization. They get a chance to share what they do. We always pretty much do it in either restaurants or local businesses like Pine Hollow, a winery that Carol had talked about recently. We're all about supporting our community however we can. With so many of the restaurants, they took big hits as a result of COVID. And throughout all of this, I mean, we stopped hosting events in March of 2020, and we started back up again in July of 2020. We did a few online events, and we got right back out here because we wanted to do all that we could to support the success of businesses and nonprofit organizations. So attending those events is a great opportunity for you to learn more about nonprofits and for-profit businesses. We also have our online educational events. Carl and I host an event called the Cause and Business Education Series. And through that event, we provide valuable education about business and nonprofit organizations. We've had all different types of hosts who've come on, shared great strategies as professionals, as nonprofits, and so you have access to those events. We also have our give back events that we do within the community where we get together as a tribe and we go out in the community.
All right.
Oh, it's me again.
We are back. So let's talk
With our
about
guest,
what we're
Chair.
doing. Yeah. So go ahead and do a little bit of a transition and I'll go with our next guests.
Gotcha. Well, Dana's going out to get our next guest, and I believe it's a couple of folks from Stewart Title. So I'll grill them on some real estate questions and find out what real estate agents and title companies and mortgage lenders are doing with a 55% market turnaround in 12 months here in Southern Nevada. Again, September of 2023.
And we have
Here
our
comes
next
Stuart
guest coming
Tuttle.
in. Yes, come on
Justin?
in.
Yeah.
Justin
good to
and
meet
Carrie.
you. Yeah, all right. Carrie, good to meet you.
Nice
Come
to
on
meet
in.
you.
And Carrie, you and I have met before. I know we have. How long have you been with Stuart?
I've been in the business for 21 years.
So we for sure have. I've got a
More than
real
likely.
estate background. I got into residential in '95.
Okay.
Crawled into commercial in early 2001.
Okay.
Actually, right before 9/11. And so right before you guys walked in, I was given a little promo because we're live, and I say, hey, we're going to get the Stuart Title guys
Oh,
in. and
geez.
We're going to talk about how everyone's handling a 55% market turnaround in 12 months. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when we think about 2000, call it late third, fourth quarter, 2007, things were getting interesting. And then of course 2008, 2009, and what do you do? So it's time to get creative, to say the least, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on? I definitely we'll get into some of the more philanthropic stuff about the Business Expo and Cause Marketing Chamber and what's going on with Stuart Title. But with you guys on, I'd love to give the audience a little insight into what is going on in residential and even commercial real estate here in Southern Nevada right now.
It's definitely slowed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are really afraid of the interest rates. And now that it's more of a seller's market, a lot of the sellers are holding on to the fact that they want to hold out for the better deal. So they don't want to sell for as cheap, for as less amount. They want to hold out to get a higher price. And so we're seeing a lot of that, a lot of less negotiation. So they can keep their higher price.
It's not quite buyer's market time, is it?
Absolutely not.
Do you think we're going to hit there before the end of the year?
I think it may get better. I don't think we'll ever see the interest rates as low as they were, the 2.5, 2.75.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be our normal anymore.
We got-
So I think everybody
We got spoiled.
We did, and
Did
I
we
think
not? Yeah.
it's hard for
Yeah.
people to wrap their heads around going on a higher interest rate, but that low rate, I don't know that will ever happen again. It was phenomenal.
I was very happy at 8.25%
Yes.
in October of '96 was the first house that I ever purchased.
Yeah. And see, that was normal. That was the
rate
normal.
was great. My parents refied a remodel in 1981 for 13.5% and were thrilled.
Yeah.
So it's all relative.
Yeah.
We've got to keep this. So it's talking to the public, telling a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no choice.
Yeah.
Those rates are higher.
Mhm.
Home ownership is still incredibly beneficial.
Yes.
Because you're paying 100% of that interest rate. You're paying 100% interest to the landlord.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're renting, right?
Yeah.
And the way that the property values are going up so high in Las Vegas, my gosh, the sports teams were getting the F1, everything that's coming, it keeps raising
The exodus
the
from
value.
California.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So people
other,
are always
In
going to
other
come.
states, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas has been, I can't remember, maybe it was 96, 97, pretty early on. Zig Ziglar came to town. He was talking about a couple of things. One of the things he said is he called real estate agents psychologically unemployable. And I totally agreed with him. But anyway, I digress. I completely actually forgot what I was going to say about what he said. But he did say the psychologically unemployable part. So, but from here forward now, it's just riding the storm, isn't it?
It's riding the storm.
It's riding out the storm for, is it 12 months? Is it 24?
The thing that
We're
concerns
going
me,
into an election year.
the
Everyone hesitates.
thing that concerns me is everything gets wonky during election years. And of course, I've gotten a ton of opinions. And one woman had said that she doesn't think it's going to get better until after the election year. I don't think we'll go full force. It'll get better, but I don't think we'll be full force until after that's all settled.
So do I.
Because we're running into this, it's horrible now. Then we're going into the election year. It's going to be bumpy.
And every election year has a little bit of hesitation.
It
and hold up
always
and
has
stuff like that.
hesitation, always.
So you add everything together,
Yeah.
and it kind of prolongs our wait
Right.
for a little bit of that next plateau and appreciation.
Right, that huge plateau. I do think it will get a little bit better this year, but not like it was. Nothing like it was for a minute.
So do you think we're looking at just a slowdown, or are we going to see a dip? Now, I don't think it's related like 2007, 2008, 2009, because people have equity. It's a much different situation.
People have equity, and the inventory is so short. It's not going to do 2007, 2008 all over again. It's just not.
You mentioned inventory down. What's going to have the inventory go back up?
Interest rates dropping. That has a lot to do with it because people that want to move, they want to sell their house because they have equity, they can't necessarily qualify for a new place for them to move. So it's kind of like
they're holding off.
Yeah, they're in
Makes
between a
sense.
rock and a hard place. Like
They've got great equity to go buy something
Yeah.
new. There's just not inventory for them to buy.
Exactly.
You know, or that's
Or-
not triple expensive because of the rate.
They've got they have a 2.75% rate now. Who wants to leave that to go to the high interest rate? You know, they're going to wait. Everybody's waiting,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They are. We've seen the cycles.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen the cycle. We've weathered the storms. It's
Yeah.
time to do it again. Although this one, admittedly, doesn't feel anywhere as near as bad as the bloodbath of 2008, 9, 10.
I think the bloodbath that happened, it was more like
terrible.
bam.
That
but
was the
this
best
is more
term I
of a-
ever heard it.
This is a rocky, long
You
stretch.
can measure it.
Yeah, so it's a longer stretch, I think, that we're gonna have to suffer through. So it's not quite as abrasive as the first one back then.
Yeah, no.
Because that
no,
one
it
one
wasn't.
was terrible.
And I remember about a year and a half ago, everyone was talking about student loan debt and how that crash was much more leveraged than 401ks in the housing market in 2008. So I don't know what they did. I'm not an economist. I'm not a stock trader, Wall Street guy, but whatever they did has seemed to have curbed that. Thank God.
Yes.
And who knows? Maybe we're not out of the woods yet, but it wasn't the tidal wave they said was coming.
Yeah.
So, okay, so if I can, let me jump us over to the nonprofit arena and Stuart Title's position in the community. So,
Justin.
Throw it over. So with Stuart Title, we've been partnered with Rebuilding Together. It's
Billy Alt.
Yes.
Billy Alt, yeah.
Billy
Okay.
Alt's on the membership board for it. We've been partnered with them for many years. We actually, because of our local efforts with the organization, Stuart Title on a national, like corporate level, has become a national sponsor for it.
Terrific.
So instead of we used to do one house a year on Rebuilding Day. Now we're doing it twice a year. So we've doubled our efforts in that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
Excellent.
yeah, the next day is November 8th. Super excited about it.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Right on. Where is the house located?
Our current house is in 89108. It's
Okay.
a veteran with a family of 5, low income, so they're in desperate need of upgrades to the outside and the inside and major appliances, which
Terrific.
What Rebuilding Together does.
Yeah, no, I know it's a great organization.
Yeah.
Billy's a good friend of mine, and when he was working with Bar Rep in the years prior to that, and a lot of the Billy's really involved. So I'm glad you guys are involved with that for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. And how'd you meet the Cause Marketing Chamber or Guy Dotson? Back to you.
We were at a Spark networking event, and he was sitting right next to me, and he didn't approach me. He just kind of said something, we're doing this, and I approached him. I was like, well, wait, I want to learn more. He was talking to other people around the room, so I was like, wait, I really want to talk to you. This sounds like something that would be really great to do, and that's how we got involved.
Very cool.
Because I thought it was a great organization. It's a great benefit what they're doing and helping the children, so I really wanted to be a part of that.
It seems like there's all kinds of nonprofits, there's all kinds of businesses, and I'm sure there are other entities out there that connect groups, but the Cause Marketing Chamber is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's making more and more connections. So, and I met Guy. I've said it a couple of times on the recording here today. I met Guy a couple of years ago before I was ever in the nonprofit space. So when I got involved and closer with Room Redux to making a decision to become the executive director, which is all of a 4-day process, by the way, from the time I was introduced to him until the time I decided to, just grab a hold and go. Guy was my first call.
Yeah.
He was my absolute first call, because why not go to the hub and expose and leverage from there? So great thing. And so did you guys have make some great introductions today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've met a few people.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Susie with Redux, because it's so similar to Rebuilding Together.
It is.
That that's something that as a company we're going to explore.
So I don't mean to take back the fire here. When we put the organization together, we have an advisory board. So I just called Billy and told him that he was our construction liaison. And he said, do I need to be to any meetings? And I said, no. We'll call you. But I voluntold him he was part of the organization.
Voluntold him. Like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
But, well, we are getting the guest wave from Dana back to our producer behind the scenes there and everything. But definitely good to see you again.
You
And,
too.
Absolutely. We'll get back out there, and I think we're gonna shut down the show here in about 20 minutes or so, and I'll get back out mixing and mingling with everyone. And
5
I'll
minutes,
meet
Jeff.
you guys at the bar.
Yeah.
I've already been there.
Justin, Carrie, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Stuart Title. And our next guest, Jeff,
I
is
will
Jody
catch
Lynn.
up with you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay. Thanks, Justin.
Fabulous. Jody Lynn from, it's actually Pink Zebra.
Pink Zebra.
Come
What
on
does
in,
Pink
Jody.
Zebra do?
That's a really great question for Jody.
Come on, Jody. Come on, lady. Let's talk about what you got.
I got a lot
You-
of great stuff.
You're the only one that brought product.
And the reason why I brought this awesome product, this here is for you.
Thank you, though.
And what it is, after, because Dana's got one, you hang it in your car. It'll help your car smell good. When the scent goes away, you just put a couple drops of oil in it, let it sit for a few minutes, and you can use it again. You could use it 20 times.
What kind of oil?
Essential oils, or I even on Pink Zebra have different oils there. We've got a whole bunch of different oils, and they're $12 each.
And I'm not an expert in this. So essential oils. Let me ask now. They come in different flavors. They come in different scents.
They're all natural.
So this already has a scent on it.
Yes, that
So
one-
you want to use the same essential oil over and over, or you can add different
You
scents.
can add them. You can even
All
put
right.
2 different ones together to make one.
Oh, now you're getting dangerous.
I love it. So
Well, very cool. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and
You know,
the-
I'll give that to my wife.
Uh-huh.
Because she'll take it.
Oh yeah, I've already sold her some products.
Did
It's
you?
fine.
Oh,
Yes,
you
I
got
did.
her out there. Very
yes,
cool.
I did too.
Oh,
yes,
very
I did. Awesome.
I love it.
So
now what is this now?
for tomorrow, I'm going to try to do this without crying. For tomorrow's redux, room
Okay.
redux.
And let me explain that, guys. What Jody's talking about there is Room Redux has its very first room transformation tomorrow, and that's what Jody's going to talk about right here. So what do you have for us?
This is, it's a little dog warmer.
No.
So if you want to put the sprinkles in here, because that's what Pink Zebra is, they're mainly sprinkles. You could put some in here, and they could, even if they don't want to, you can even just have it sitting. It's a warmer, a wax warmer.
And
It is kid friendly.
so now wax burners like the little blocks, the Better Homes and Gardens you can buy from Walmart.
Those,
or all
those,
these
suck.
things.
Those aren't no good.
Those are no good.
Those will only last
You were
you.
not buying those.
Those only last maybe 24 hours. They even tell you on the inside. Ours will last you, one scoop can last you up to a week.
Sprinkles. Now
It's-
I had never heard of sprinkles.
They
That's
look
why I
like
asked that question.
candy.
And it's like you're scooping
They
it out of a
used to
jar
put-
and you just
uh-huh.
and they're wax.
Yes,
Little
and you can
wax little
intermix
beads
them.
or something.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you can even intermix them.
All right.
Which is, I have some, well, I had some that had 3 or 4 different scents mixed together, and it makes it so, smell so good.
Okay.
I've even given Dana some that has a couple different scents in them. And
Well,
they're-
Dana's
they're
still
all-
coming down from that high, Jody.
But yeah, it's,
I'd
we
do
have
anything
fun.
for pumpkin.
Right?
Yes.
Do anything for pumpkin spice?
So yeah, so
yeah.
they would put some, and when we're done, I want you to come over and pick out what scent you want to give tomorrow. And I am
100%.
donating the whole thing.
I love you very much for that. Thank
So-
you very much. And we'll get our designer, Jade is here.
Uh-huh.
So we'll get Jade and Marianne over there to make that decision.
Yes.
I definitely want to make them do
So,
that because I would just pick a flavor like peanut butter.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought a puppy would be cute
Me
for a
too.
little one.
Absolutely.
And
We really appreciate
I
it.
believe in a lot in what you guys do. And this is my way of giving back.
Thank you very much. We're
You guys
very,
mean
very
a lot.
grateful. And have you had a chance to meet Susie and Greg?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Susie's awesome. I even gave her a bag of sprinkles. And I told her whenever you guys do anything else, let me know, and I'm going to see if I can donate something every time you guys do a room.
We really appreciate it and are grateful. And I believe our next transformation is coming up in the beginning of the 3rd week of October.
Yeah. So
That
we'll figure
weekend,
out what's what, and we can see what's going on, and I'll see what I can do.
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
plan on trying to help out as much as I can.
So now let's talk a little bit about about your business.
Yes.
We really appreciate you helping out all the nonprofits and doing all the things that you do with the Cause Marketing Chamber, because I know you volunteer a lot of your time.
Yes, I do.
You do your time. So let's talk about your respective business or businesses.
Okay.
Okay.
What Pink Zebra is, it's a company that helps women that are single moms. What we do is when we sell $500 worth of product, they get a free day of daycare. Our company donates to them. Our sprinkles that are little scoops, and they do literally look like little sprinkle candies.
Mhm.
And they.
So don't eat them.
I would recommend not to, even though there's been somebody here that has.
I'll test it.
But it's not recommended. But they are kid friendly.
Yeah.
They are pet friendly, so it won't hurt anybody, which is
So it is
the nice.
non-toxic.
It is non-toxic.
It might not taste great, but it's non-toxic.
Exactly.
Okay.
We support soy wax farmers here in the U.S., which is great. I mean, this way we're not getting our soy wax from anybody else.
Okay.
They make in 36 seconds, the soy wax is already melted and scented and everything, and that's what makes ours last longer. They last a long time. We also have oils. They've got many different products. They've got the tall ones. They have the ones with the lamps. We have shades to go over them. There's a lot to talk about with what we have. And I just started in July.
So where is the best place for everyone to find you and your products? Website, phone,
Website at
Instagram?
TikTok. If you follow me at TikTok at PZ Jody Lynn. I could get my 1,000 people, then I will start selling on TikTok, which is something I'm looking forward to. Other than that, it's pinkzebrahome.com/Jolyn, which is
Okay.
part of my first name and my last name.
And that's JOLYNN.
Correct.
See, I knew how to spell that.
Yep.
She just said J-O. I was just following her letters. Well, very
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, I love it. They do a lot for nonprofits. And they're doing something every month, and I can't wait to see what they do next month for breast cancer, because I am a survivor, so it means a lot.
I know it does. I know it does.
So.
So, well, thank you very much for coming on and
Oh,
yakking
you're
with us
welcome.
and everything, and of
Oh,
course
yeah.
being part of the expo today.
8 years.
And amazing gift right there. We'll
Oh,
make
yes.
sure that everybody knows about that in the organization.
Definitely.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
for your time.
Thank you much. All right. All right. Now what do we, Dana, where do we go from here?
Well,
Can we put some smelly stuff on the
yes.
sprinkles?
There you go. Well, Jeff, if you can believe it, it is time to wrap it up. We are done. So
we?
do the exit and
Do the
we're
exit. This. All right, guys. Again, thanks very much for tuning in to the 10th annual Businesses with Heart Expo, coming to you from the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce here in Las Vegas. I'm going to get out there and talk to the different businesses and nonprofits with booths. I've only met about half of them, so let me get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll even take the center chair so you can see me a little more clearly. And again, thank you very much for watching and supporting the organization, and I'm sure you will see us very soon.
all right.
Yeah.